Hello everybody, my name is Sonia Rodriguez. I'm currently studying licenciatura in teaching English as a second language. I belong to the SEAT Palmira, and right now I'm not living in Colombia, I'm living in England, so I'm so sorry for uploading my video quite late on my work. So I'm going to answer now the questions that we have for the first activity. It says, how do you compare the quotation from Wallace Chief at the beginning of the charter with the purpose of linguistics? Wallace's point of view focuses on explaining how linguistics works on understanding the language and their functions in terms of analyzing the different parts of the language, how we acquire the language, how the words were created, why we pronounce them in the way we do, how we use the words together to make a meaning, and how and why we are using the language effectively to communicate. He states that there are many things that we could learn by studying the different concepts or the different structure that the language has. The second question is, why do you think some people approach the study of linguistics with apprehensiveness? And is this your case? I consider that people are born with no language at all, but they start learning the language in a natural way. The way we learn the language comes from people around us, and we never care about why or when or care about learning the grammar or the structure. So when people get to study the words and the language itself, they feel quite scared because it seems to be difficult to understand. In my case, I have always wanted to know how were the verbs conjugated, why we use some words with similar sounds to name different things, why words with similar spelling mean something different. And it occurs not only in Spanish but also in English and in other languages. So I think that that's my concern, my biggest concern. The next question is linguistics about correctness language use? Absolutely no. I think that linguistics is something that has a lot to explore. The functions and concepts is not only understanding and using the words in a perfect way, but also study the relationship between the words and the world that surround us. What are some the names of greatest contributors to linguistics? How would you label each of them? Well, Ferdinand de Saussure is a Swiss linguistic, and he was widely recognized as the father of the linguistic. The other one is Noam Chomsky from Philadelphia. He is considered to be the father of the modern linguistic. Okay, Michael Alexander Kirkwood. He defines linguistics as the study of how people exchange meaning. And his work has a fundamental impact in sociolinguistics, applied the linguistics and language teaching and learning. I hope you could give me some feedback about my answers. Be working as much as possible. Thank you for your attention.